They're in the gate. And they're off in the Robert B. Lewis. Tis a Magician, very alert, high velocity, has plenty of speed too. These two hook up with 1,000 Words just behind them, wrangled back in third. Royal Act inches up between horses. Zimbo Warrior on the outside, also part of the speed. At the back of the field is Encoder. High velocity able to clear over, leads by a length and a half. Tis a Magician chasing him from second, and Royal Act a 3-wide third. 1,000 Words is fourth, about 2.5 off his stablemate with 5.5 furlongs to go. Zimba Warrior just outside of him, Encoder at the back of the field. 5 furlongs left in the Robert B. Lewis Stakes, and it's high velocity in front by about a length. Tis a Magician second. Royal Act, 1,000 Words cruises up inside of him. He's only 2 off the pace as they pass the half-mile pole. Zimbo Warrior has lost some ground, and at the back is Encoder. Heading to the 3/8, high velocity, prominent every step of the way. Tis a Magician trying to put some pressure on him. Royal Act on the outside. 1,000 Words awaiting his turn. He's traveling very nicely at this point. Has 2 to make up. We'll wait for room. Encoder has 7 lengths to find. And then it's Zimbo Warrior. They turn for home. High velocity. 1,000 Words looking for room now inside Tis a Magician. They're a furlong from the finish. 1,000 Words lengthened stride. Has to get to high velocity. High velocity. 1,000 Words. Royal Act running a big race on the outside. And Tis a Magician. 1,000 Words just in front. Here's Royal Act on the outside. 1,000 Words. 1,000 Words wins the Robert B. Lewis. And Bob Baffert with another incredible milestone. 3,000 North American wins. Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the Run Happy winner's circle is number 2, 1,000 Words. A 3-year-old bay colt by Pioneer of the Nile out of Pomeroy's Pistol, owned by Alba Family Stables and Spendthrift Farm. The winning trainer is Hall of Famer Bob Baffert, who also sent out the 3rd-place finisher, number 5, High Velocity. The jockey, Flavien Prat. 1,000 Words was bred in Florida by Hardacre Farm. Running time 1:43.64 seconds. Congratulations to Bob Baffert on his 3,000th North American victory. Fittingly, it comes for a race named for Mr. Bob Lewis, who was one of Bob Baffert's biggest supporters early in Bob's thoroughbred career. In the winner's circle to make the presentation, for the Grade 3 Robert B. Lewis Stakes, Steve Bick, host of At the Races on Sirius Satellite XM Radio.
Thousand Words takes the Bob Lewis here. And Bob, congratulations on the milestone. We'll get there in a moment. Last time out, we saw this horse show a lot of fight on the front end. Was it by design to take back this time?
No, I just, Pratt knows him pretty well, and I just really didn't give him any instructions. And both riders were probably on their own. I just told Rosario, you know, don't fight high velocity if he wants to run. And I really thought down the backside maybe high velocity was going to steal it. He has a lot of speed, and but you know, he hung in there well. But I think Pratt he says he's getting better. He's sort of immature colt. He sort of grinds, and you've got to really work at it. But he's got that big long stride, and the further the better for him. And because he came back, he wasn't even, you know, tired. So that's a good sign, and he'll just progress. He's progressing with every race, and you know, win 3 in a row like that, the way he's done is pretty impressive.
It's a 1 1/16. Obviously, we're a little far away from a 1 1/4, but from what you saw today and the fact that that's now back-to-back battle-tested races, it has to be encouraged for your barn.
I think this last race was pretty encouraging when they came up and the horse headed him and he took off. And today he just, could tell that last 50 yards he was getting going. So, and being stuck down inside, he was, taking the worst of it. And for a young horse, it's usually they don't run that well, they don't respond. But, we're just happy for him, for the connections, to get to train a horse like that. And so I'm just glad the horses showed up, they ran well.
On another note, obviously 3,000 in North America, that's a tremendous accomplishment. Is it also a little poignant that you got it in the Bob Lewis, which he was such an ambassador to racing, especially here in California?
I've always thought things happen for a reason. Bob Lewis stake, horse call 1,000 words, going for 3,000. I mean, you can't make that up. And so I had a feeling it was going to happen in this race. And it just, I've had a lot of good people work for me through the years, the clients. But the first 50 wins was probably the toughest. It took a while, but 100 of them were like life changers. And so I just feel very blessed and fortunate that I've been able to, last this long in the business and do so well coming from the quarter horse business. I never dreamt of coming to training thoroughbreds ever in my life. There was never one instant that I was thinking about it. And I come over here with, Mike Pegram and Hal Earnhardt, who I still have after all those years, are still with me. And so, they're a big part of it too.
One of the thoughts, speaking about the team, I know you love your folks that work for you. They work really hard, but you made it a point. You wanted Jimmy Barnes next to you in that picture.
Well, Jimmy, he's been there, through most of those years. And so, we've been through a lot of battles together, and he's a big part of the team. And, without him, it would be tough. But, it's just great. I always want to share it with all the people that, work for me, that have helped me through, because everybody contributes so much to it. So I'm just glad that we won the Bob Lewis, though.
Bob, thank you so much for the time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Bob Baffert with the win here in the Bob Lewis with 1,000 words.